Welcome back to another video. In this one, what I'm gonna do is show you how you can actually follow through with any goal that you might have for yourselves. Like, I know this is the very beginning of January, so those people with the New Year's resolutions, and what I'm gonna do is show you how to be consistent with that and really how to let go of any habits that aren't serving who you are. Now, to explain this video, I want to just kind of give it a little bit of credibility because I am somebody who went from one way of living, like one lifestyle, to live in a completely different lifestyle. Like, my lifestyle now is so different than what it was years ago. And if I were to see how I live today back, 5 years ago, I would probably think I was a square. Now, the reason I say that is because I don't drink alcohol, I don't smoke, I don't drink even caffeine, I eat very healthy. There's a lot of things I do that back 5 years ago I would have said to myself, bro, you ain't living, dude. You ain't living. You're sitting there drinking green drinks. You can't even enjoy yourself and have, a drink of alcohol. But this is the funny thing. Once I began to let those things go, and really what it was I started living authentically. I started doing things that really excited me. I started to live from my purpose. And as I began to do that, and honestly, meditation was a big part of this, because when I became completely okay with who I am and I started to drop ideologies that didn't serve me, the idea is that my natural set point began to raise to where now I feel high almost all the time. And I believe that our natural state of being is feeling high all the time. Anytime we don't feel that, it's because we have some attachment to an ideology that no longer serves us. And if we rely on, external drugs or like alcohol to make us feel a certain way, we are externalizing our power. Now think about this. When it comes to meditation and rising above thought, understanding that we can observe our thoughts, that is the natural high vibe place that we want to be. Now, anytime we become attached to ideas that don't serve us, it brings our natural set point down. Then what we do is we may drink alcohol or smoke in order to get our vibration back up so that we raise above thought. But the idea is that we calm down the part of our mind that's overthinking, and then we just feel really good. But what I say is that we can naturally do that without any external drug being put into our body for us to feel that high vibe place by understanding and learning how to observe our thoughts rather than react to them. Now, with all that being said, I believe that what we do to get past this is understand this core idea that I'm going to share with you about the idea of habits. Now, listen up, because this is the most powerful thing that I came to understand, and it really shifted my perspective so that I could drop the things that didn't serve me and focus on what really mattered. Now, the new definition for what a habit is understanding that a habit is something that we continue to do that we don't know we're doing. Now, what this means is that if we bite our nails, for example, we don't know we're doing it, that is a habit. Now, the moment that we become aware of it, and the moment that we become cognizant of something that we're doing that we don't prefer to do, so we become aware of that habit, it is no longer a habit. It then becomes a choice. So the idea is that if we have certain things that we do consistently and we know we shouldn't be doing them, it is not a habit if we know we don't want to be doing it. It's not the core expression of who we are. We are choosing to remain inauthentic to who we really are. So, for example, somebody that's smoking cigarettes, it's like, oh, I know I should quit, I just can't quit, I know I should quit, oh, it's a habit, it's a habit. Anytime we say that, we are then giving power away from ourselves, and we're putting the power with the cigarettes, because we are a victim of the cigarette, because it is having power over us. The idea is that once we become aware of it, if we perpetuate it, we are then choosing to continue to perpetuate an inauthentic version of who we are. So the way that we get through this is through awareness, becoming aware of what we're thinking and becoming aware of what we are doing. When we become aware of what we're thinking, when we become aware of what we're doing, we then gain an ability to really decide who we prefer to be. Because when we see that something isn't really serving us and we are aware of that, we can really just let it go. That's the important part of understanding this, is that in every moment we are making a decision about who we are. If it is on autopilot, it's because of a lack of awareness. We need to become aware of what we're thinking. We need to become aware of what we're doing. And as we begin to do that, we begin to change the course of our life. So really, this New Year's 2017, I encourage you to become more aware of what you're doing. Become more aware of even the autopilot mind that we have, and understand that the more you engage in your life, the more that you get out of that social conditioned way of thinking, the autopilot mind that keeps running, the more that you're actually going to be taking your power back. And the more that from that perspective, you can then choose who you prefer to be. Anytime we make a goal, the way that we remain consistent to it is we tag it to a part of our identity. So if, for example, you need to do certain things to get your business started, the idea is that in order for you to actually be able to do that, you have to start understanding that you are somebody that gets shit done. You are somebody that has a to-do list. You are somebody that follows through. And as you begin to tag that onto your identity, you see that then it becomes much more easy for you to do something, because if you were to not take action, you would be remaining inconsistent to who you really are. So the power of this is understanding who you are. If you are somebody running a business, if you're somebody that's trying things you've never done before, instead of always thinking that you're doing something outside of your comfort zone, realize that you're just the type of person that does that. You're the type of person that goes above and beyond. You're the type of person that does things and is a hustler, if that's what you want to do. And as you begin to realize that that's just a part of who you are, it becomes easier for you to remain consistent to the way you define yourself. So with all those being said, remember that a habit is something that you keep doing that you don't know you're doing. The moment you become aware of what that is the moment you realize you actually have a choice. Then you take your power back, and what you can then do is decide who you are. If you have goals that you want to accomplish, understand that if you tag certain things to your identity, or you just simply let go of the lazy mentality, let go of the leisure attitude towards watching television and towards doing things that are incongruent to who you are, you'll find that you then begin to naturally get stuff done. So with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Feel free to like this video if you liked it, share it if you found it of value, and I'll see you guys on the next vid. All right, peace, much love.